We've got the new Zenith, and we know what that means. Zenith of Power means great city skins, something that the game has done for years, and they have released the new Zenith of Power city skin. Here it is. We're going to talk all about this because they also came out with some answers to some frequently asked questions about the event, what it means, how it means, what kind of power you have to get the city skins with currency. We're also going to talk about the viability of the Cav defense. We have David in the game now. He's got a bunch of defense already. So stick around because we break it all down for you Cav players on what this city skin means for you.
Rallies lit up, marching right from the zone to the zone. I stay in control. Man of the people, all heart, no roll, no script, no throne, just rhythm and fire. Built for the push, never gonna tire. You feel that burn, and you already know we're locked in deep. This is Chatsky mode. This is Chatsky mode.
Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chatsky. I do videos all the time. I keep working and keep helping everybody and growing a community. And these are the videos, of course, I love to do to talk about. If you would be so kind, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. And if you have not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of the legion of people we've got as part of our community that are subscribed. Also, you can hit that bell for any alerts that might come with the content that I do. Well, city skins are a big deal, y'all. They are a massive deal, okay? This all-troop city skin, broke records as far as people getting it because now there's a new mechanic in the Zenith of Power event to where you don't have to finish top 10. You can get the currency based on how much power you train. For all troop types, it was massive. It was 60 million power. It was stupid. That's just crazy. But what are they going to do in the future? And we'll talk about that. But all these different city skins that you can get just really help amplify so many of the things that we have in the game and rally garrisons. I've always liked to run this 15% defense city skin. Of course, we've run troop health and training speeds for the OL city skin, 15% health for infantry. I've even got this Cav one that I have not applied yet, and it's a 20% Cav attack. But the new city skin is out for Zenith, and let's talk about it. Let's go through it, and let's kind of figure this thing out because I've got the stats for you that Davor put together, okay? First of all, here it is. Zenith of Powers, Event City Theme. This is what it looks like, and I don't really know what this, it looks like some kind of floating something. You can kind of see in the artwork with the little spires or the little things on the side here are kind of floating. Maybe this whole thing is floating. But it's a Cavalry Defense city skin. Okay, 20% Cavalry Defense. It is the first city skin of any troop type for cavalry, infantry, or archers that has put defense at 20%. That is massive. That is huge. And so we're starting to continue to see that power creep. We knew this was going to happen, and here it is. So from there, let's look at the events. Let's look at some of the things that they've talked about when it comes to the Zenith of Power event, okay? If we come in here and we look at it, you have a Zenith shop, and here's a question that they answered. What is the Zenith shop? Okay, the Zenith shop is a new exchange shop for the Zenith of Power event. The Zenith shop will be viewable from the start of the event, but will only open for 1 day after the event rankings are finalized. While the shop is open, you can redeem the exclusive city theme effect for the current the current Zenith of Power, legendary commander sculpture, and legendary equipment materials, and more. They've got all kinds of stuff. They got some cosmetics in there. They got all kinds of things in there for the currency that you can get. What currency does the Zenith shop use? How can I obtain it? Items in the Zenith shop cost Zenith badges. You can earn 1 Zenith badge for every 5 million event points that you get, okay? So basically you increase your power by 5 million. We know this. It happened last time for the last the last Zenith of Power event, okay? Is there a limit on how many Zenith badges I can earn? And the answer is, in each instance of Zenith of Power, you can claim up to 20 Zenith badges. Oh my God, 20? 20? Holy gee, what is that, 100 million power? I mean, that's a ton. No, it's more than that. Yeah, it's 100 million power. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's go into the next question. Will my unused Zenith badge be carried over the next Zenith of Power? Okay, this is a question that people have asked about. If you don't use your badges, basically, can you load up your currency to where you can use it next Zenith of Power? Like if you want to go train 5 million power now, can I go get a badge? Or if I train 10 million power, can I go get 2 badges? And then wait, like if you're an infantry player, you just kind of wait. And then you stack up those badges to where when the infantry city theme comes out for the Zenith of Power, when infantry comes out, you can use those badges. And they're saying, no dice, no soup for you, no go, daddy-o. That's not gonna happen, okay? And so you lose the currency at the end of each Zenith event, okay? How many Zenith badges do I need to redeem the exclusive city theme and the theme effect? It costs 8 Zenith badges to redeem the exclusive city theme, which grants an attribute bonus for the single troop type. Redeeming the exclusive theme effect also requires 8 Zenith badges. Okay, so basically what this means, and for people to understand, to get this little guy here with the all troop, okay, so if it's not a troop specific one, we had to train 60 million power. We needed 12 badges to go get it from the Zenith shop. What they're saying now for the troop specific one is that you only need 8 badges. So for everybody out there, 40 million power is the number. Okay. Now you could still place in the top 10 in your continent on Zenith of Power. Everybody's on a continent. Everybody's on a continent with other kingdoms that are around your kingdom number. Like if I'm in kingdom, let's just say 2050. Well, then from 2050 to 2058, all 8 of those kingdoms, or 2057, all 8 kingdoms are gonna be in the same continent competing for the Zenith of Power. We all know how this works. You finish top 10, you get the skin and other rewards. However, you can obtain the skin if the top 10 is like at 20 million or 25 million or 15 million. You don't have to have 40 million. So they do this for really big kingdoms and big continents where there's a lot of people pushing for it. It allows you to train 40 million power and you automatically get the city skin. They introduced this last time, but it was 60 million power, is a massive number. Kingdoms got overbloated. We got overbloated in 606, and it is a little bit difficult. Okay. Will I still be able to retain the exclusive city theme via my rankings? Just like we talked about, the top 10 governors will receive the exclusive city theme. Okay, so you get the theme and you're good. The top 3 governors will no longer receive the exclusive theme effect. Like they always have kind of a cosmetic effect with it. And the theme effect can now only be purchased in the Zenith shop. Okay, so the top 10 still get it. Top 10 still get it as always. And so there's your question. So a lot of people are asking like, okay, as far as cavalry goes, all right, we've got David in the game now. And David is now going to be the garrison for cavalry, okay? He has a ton of defense here. And if you pair David with Hector, and that's going to be his pairing, is that you are going to run a ton of defense, okay? You get a ton of defense. So even though cavalry loves defense, because on cavalry gear, let me help explain this, okay? When it comes to cavalry gear, I think I got the good gear over here on our boy Gang. You already have so much health, 51% health. And that's why defense is always really good for cavalry. That's why I always preferred to run the cavalry city theme, because Attila doesn't really have any defense measures, and we run it with Attila rallies, right? And then Subutai, if you look at him when you're running the rallies, where's he at? The attributes he gives the defense bonus. So now all of a sudden the defense bonus started to lose a little bit of luster when it came to the city theme. But now with David and Hector in the garrison, that's going to start getting nerfed. So it's not as valuable. And our boy Davor went through it and actually did the numbers. Let's look at these, okay? So here's what Davor says. What 20% cav defense on top of the meta equipment is equivalent to, this is based on combat effectiveness. That's how Davor works. You guys know Davor. He is one of the brainiacs and mathering guys of Rise of Kingdoms, and he does this stuff really well. For Attila Subutai, 20% defense equals 23% attack or 17% health. So it's the best you can do. You can't get any better than the 20% defense, but it's a small upgrade if you have 20% attack already or 15% health, okay? And so I would say that's a small upgrade on the Attila Subutai. Now on the David Hector, which we ran, and at the end screen, I'm going to have the live stream that we had all the testing for David and Hector and Attila David. It's great. But for David Hector, since Hector runs up so much defense, now all of a sudden the 20% defense is not as good as the 20% attack. Because 20% defense equals 17% attack and 16% health. Now all of a sudden, the Attack City theme is probably the best one you want to use. And for Attila and David, we go back to kind of the super tie numbers. 20% defense equals 22% attack and 18% health. So it's an upgrade, not a massive upgrade, but it is an upgrade. So you Cav players that already have a 15% health or a 20% attack, probably not worth it. Maybe a couple of percentage points. Now, if you're a Cav player and you're sitting on like 15% defense, or you're sitting on like, 15% attack or 10% defense, this would definitely be a big upgrade, okay? This Zenith skin is a low upgrade, but it's still an upgrade for Cav leaders if you already have 20% attack or 15% health. If you are going primarily David, Hector, and Garrison, then it's not even an upgrade. The reason being is pairing is loaded with defense, and that's what Davor's saying. So as we break that down, it is a good theme, but it's not necessarily the best thing that you could have for Cavs. If this is health, it's a different story, okay? And so Cavalry already has great city themes. 20% attack is working super well with the new KVK tech, and with the commanders that are out, you can see the frequently asked questions here. That's kind of what all this means. So we wanted to do this video and help everybody understand that. If you enjoy the video, throw a like on here. This is going to be one of the short ones. And if you have any questions, get down in my comments. And also join my Discord. The link is in the description. And this is where we have a lot of these conversations. So be sure to go in there, go into the general chat, go into the Ask Anything chat, ask your questions, get involved in the conversation, and we will help you out. I got great people in the Discord. There's almost 8,000 people in there now, so it is cooking. And with that being said, we hope you guys have a great day, broskies.